This is a paid program. JJ Publicidad, EMR, and its owners and associates take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or their guest.
Are you looking for awareness, motivation, inspiration, or just some feel-good talk radio? If so, you've come to the right place. Dr. Nancy knows how to do just that. With her extensive experience and knowledge, she is dedicated to providing care, health, and wellness information and education to the greater Phoenix metropolitan area and beyond. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Dr. Nancy knows.
Good morning. Welcome to another episode here of Dr. Nancy Knows. I'm super excited because we have a very, very nice program. Happy Halloween, everybody. One of the things we want to thank you very much is to the founders, the supporters that make this program possible. But the most important, it's you, the audience, the people that are sharing this program, the people that are supporting us all the time. Otherwise, this couldn't be able to be showed to everyone. We want to thank you, Profit, today, Profit Laser, because they are one of the main sponsors today. We want to thank you, Maggie's Makeup, and we'll talk about her in a little bit because she does a wonderful job, and obviously Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine. But without any more further comments, I just want to present you the one and only Dr. Nancy Knows.
Everybody, that's right. Happy Halloween. Thank you for joining me and us today. It is a special holiday for the Latino community as well, the Day of the Dead, where they honor their loved ones that have been passed away. So I want to pay tribute to that as well. We are so excited to bring you the show today and wanted to talk about the grand opening last weekend, and thank you for all of you who showed up and came out to support the Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine team, and we had such a wonderful time. A lot of individuals came in to get rapid COVID testing and the flu vaccine as well. We do want to thank the vendors, the wait staff there, and yes, again, our supporters too as well. Very exciting time. Just want to thank you for all of that. Now, moving on to our program, today's expert guest is going to be Gary Charlson. He is the founder, creator, CEO of Profit Laser Lipo, and he is going to give us his story and how he was able to retire at the age of 39. So you don't want to miss that. He will be up later in our broadcast. We do want to just take the time to let you know about the rundown and the structure of the show as well. Remember, we are being live streamed on Facebook right now, eMotion Radio, and drnancyknows.com. So be sure to tune in every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. as well. Now, let's move on to talking about fat and how important it is to maintain health and wellness. You know that topic is very near and dear to me. I've been practicing medicine for over 24, almost 25 years now, and it's been my passion to extend myself, my services, to deliver best practices to all that service and come to seek my services out and my team of individuals. It's very important that you stay healthy for your loved ones, for your legacy that you leave behind, and overall just for yourself, making yourself a priority. We are going to talk about what is the difference between good fat and bad fat. I know that most of you know that there is a difference, but I just wanted to give you a little bit more information as it really ties into our Profit Laser Lipo discussion later. Good fat. What is good fat? Well, good fat is your mono and polysaccharide fat. So one would say, well, what is that? Well, that is your nuts, your almonds, your pecans, peanuts, also vegetable oils that are very good for you, peanut butter and almond butter. Those are really good fats. Bad fats are your trans fats, unsaturated fats, they are your butter, your lard, your margarines, dark meat, beef and pork. So you really want to minimize ingesting those types of fat as well. Any packaged foods, you really want to look at the nutritional content on the backside there. Working out, living your best life now, getting proper rest and sleep is very essential for a long quality of life, not just living, but living your best life. And you want to do that now. Gloria?
Oh, well, yes, I'm like, okay, how do I get the polysaturated? You were talking about fat, and I was just touching here, and thinking about meat and and food, and it's so delicious. And it's hard sometimes to learn to control the like pyramid of nutrition that we need to have. But also, when you were mentioning about the grand opening, I remember the cake. Wasn't it the food? Did you like the cake?
It was very good.
It was delicious. So for me, I don't know. I enjoy a lot the grand opening. I know that you move on the topic, but it's like we have so many supporters there. We have a lot. And even I remember Nick Lowry was doing a Facebook Live from the facilities that were there. So it's like, wow. He was even mentioning that he was impressed that there's a lot of staff. There was like 10 people that you have there on staff. Everyone was very attentive. So he even was like signing some posters and dedicating some autographs and taking pictures. So very, very nice. So look, for example, here he's like, okay. And that's one of the things that he's talking about, like the Profit Laser. And there you are.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Nick is a very near dear friend of mine locally here, and he comes out to support what it is that we're doing in the community, and I'm forever grateful. You're right. He brought friends to the grand opening, took advantage of some of the services that were offered, IV vitamin drip therapy, as well as the rapid COVID testing. And he's also, that last video was at my McDowell Mountain Ranch Road location, taking advantage of the Profit Laser Lipo. This is latest, greatest, innovative technology. Nothing like it on the market in the combination that you're going to hear today. Definitely.
No, and especially if you have someone like him that he says that he hikes. He goes into, not only he hikes, but he goes into the Sedona that day, and also he's running his treadmill, but there's also that fat. I'm just looking at the picture. It's that fat that you cannot get rid of.
That's a very good point. I talked about good and bad fat, but let's talk about subcutaneous fat and visceral fat.
Like that one?
That is subcutaneous. The jiggly fat is so easy to remove with diet and exercise. But again, most, of our nation is, not always so regimented and disciplined. And then, of course, nationwide, all of our healthcare facilities, fitness facilities have not completely opened, and it does pose for some challenges to do exercise on your own. That's why Profit Laser Lipo is an option, definitely an option. You can come in and you can possibly lose up to 2 inches in 20-minute sessions. And this particular device, it penetrates the subcutaneous jiggly fat just under the skin, and also the visceral fat, and that's the organ fat. That's the kind of fat that it doesn't matter how fit you are, you cannot lose it on your own. It's very key for individuals that want to spot, have areas that have been difficult no matter how fit they are, such as myself. I've used the Profit Laser as well, and it's been amazing. It's keeping me right where I want to be at this ripe age of 51. So it's really amazing. It's about what you do, what choices that you decide that you want to live your best life and seek out those treatment modalities that are available to you, non-invasive, no pain, no downtime, easy to implement.
Well, know that you were talking that what I like and I admire you is like you don't promote something that you haven't tried on yourself. And that's very important because a lot of people create endorsements or say, yes, it works, and they haven't even tried it. And, well, that's what happened with Nick, right? Until he saw your facilities, like, Dr. Nancy knows everywhere he goes. He even left a poster, right, to some people. And you're very slim. You age gracefully. No one knows you. Yesterday I was reading at Forbes that there's one person and she was talking about how she reached 50 and she looks like 20, but it's like, oh, that's Dr. Nancy. So we need to call Forbes and also do an article about that. But what is the fat in which, I don't know if this is too revealing, but you mentioned that you took the machine in you, that you tried it. Where? Because you don't have any fat to lose that I can see.
Well, age-related processes like gravity, sagging skin, stretch marks, all of these things, this laser lipo, ProFit laser lipo, can enhance and change tightening of your skin, stretch marks, red light therapy, how nutritious that is as well. We will have the CEO and founder in the next segment coming on to tell us a lot more about it. But yes, personally speaking, it does the body good.
It does the body good. It's like, wow. So if I try the ProFit, that means I will look like you, or not necessarily?
Well, it definitely can be patient specific, and we generally say over 95% of individuals that are placed on ProFit laser lipo will lose inches. Take, for instance, Nick, on his first session, he lost an inch. His second treatment, he lost an additional inch. So it is very effective. It's proven. It's FDA, promulgated, and it's available. It's so amazing.
So when we mention FDA, what does FDA means, doctor?
It means that the type of product that is being used has been researched heavily and has been authorized to be used in facilities across the nation.
Okay. So FDA stands for Food, Drug, and Administration,
yeah,
right?
It does, yes. So it really stringent protocols, and if your machine or device doesn't meet those specifications, it is not approved.
It is not approved, no. So, no, to have that and everything approved through your facilities, that's just great. And you were mentioning, we're talking about not only fat, and we don't have to confuse fat and weight. It's two different things, correct?
Well, it is, and Gary Charlson will be on to talk about that. But what ProFit actually does is it uses 3 different nanometers, lasers, sound frequencies that penetrate the fat cell, and it empties out that content from the fat cell into the extracellular space, and your lymphatic system will take that out and eliminate it from the body. So yes, it does. It is permanent fat loss.
Oh, okay. So I may go to your facility, not lose 2 kilograms, but if I lose 2 inches of that fat, that is like a killer, right? It's like silent killer sometimes.
Well, definitely. The visceral fat is the fat that, gets you for heart disease, kidney disease, stroke, just terribleness that can be hereditary as well. And if you can't lose that by working out, you can minimize that with a balanced diet, and add ProFit laser lipo can really add years to your life.
Oh, years to your life, yes. I saw that now they are celebrating 100 years, 120 years, someone in Arizona. So it's like, wow, we still have another 50 more years to live if I want to, right?
Well, that's exactly right. We're into reversing the signs of aging, living your best life now, and you have access to it. That's why we do what we do, to bring awareness.
Oh, no, that's very important. So I'm excited to see Gary in the next segment. And like you were saying, for example, well, today is Halloween. Do you have any recommendations for the people that, I don't know if they are going to do a drive-through Halloween? Last year, what they did is like a lot of them like put some decorations on their trunks and people were going trick-or-treating. But is there any recommendation right now, because we are on this pandemic, and just what precautions can kids and parents have?
That's a very good question. I just think that we have to just relook and evaluate everything that we're doing, that we have done in the past. It doesn't really work right now as we have done it in the past. So you really want to practice safe techniques and measures. Kids putting their hands in candy bowls is really not advisable. Individually wrapping, there's been some really creative and things that individuals have done. I've read about candy on sticks that are into the yard of these homes, and the kids go and pick those out. We just have to be smart and really do our civil duty to stay as protected as possible. Definitely do our due diligence to do that while maintaining some normalcy in our life.
Also, it's important. Would you advise that then kids just drive through, go, show their it reminded me of Mexico there. It's like a skeleton, which, by the way, in Mexico, you were saying is like Halloween. So people should drive through or just look at the different costumes, right? And the other thing is that in Mexico, when you were saying at the beginning, it's that the Day of the Dead is November 1st and November 2nd is when they honor the kids and their adults. And they do something called ofrendas. Ofrendas, it's like they do decorations and they put the picture of a person that passed away, either a child or an adult, and then they put some bread and milk and some food, like what we are seeing, in order to kind of a Memorial Day thing, in order to honor those that have passed away. And actually, for example, here in Emotion Radio last weekend, they had like a Katrina session. So people, instead of just now only wearing like costumes, they actually like to dress like Katrinas. And Katrinas is like the word originates from France, in which people were like dress very well, but they have this makeup. I don't know if there's like a Katrina there somewhere that we can post, because it was fantastic. You see, all perfect. Of them are team members from Entre Mujeres Radio and Emotion Radio. So, and it's an art. It's an art to be able to do that kind of makeup. It's like an hour or so. So it's beautiful. I know that in the restaurant Tradiciones, if someone wants to go and see what ofrendas look like, it's a very, very good thing to just know. It's part of the culture.
Well, listen, we are about to end this segment, and you don't want to miss who's coming up next. Gary Charlson, founder and CEO of ProFit Laser, retired at age of 39. We'll be right back.
You don't want to miss what's coming up next, because Dr. Nancy knows. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy. Welcome to our clinics. We believe that personalized care and relationship building are the basis of improving health outcomes. At Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, you gain healthcare providers who take the time to understand your health goals and find solutions. We offer optional medical memberships, giving you peace of mind and quality care. We provide both medical and aesthetic services in 2 Arizona locations. We practice the highest standards of patient care. We respect patients' rights. We safeguard patient confidences. We treat patients with compassion. You are invited to call the office to schedule an appointment or online at a time that is convenient for you. Call to schedule 480-669-6452 or visit our website at drnancysintegrativemedicine.com.
Hi everyone, my name is Michaela Davis. I'm 29 years old. I started services and treatment with Dr. Nancy at the beginning of August and I've been using the ProFit, and it's been great. I came here because I wanted to lose some fat and some inches in order to get into this beautiful dress for a wedding that I have coming up that I'm going to be going to, and Dr. Nancy has been great. I've seen a lot of changes. It's been great. She's very nice. She's kind. She explains everything thoroughly. She stays in the room with you if you have any questions. She's always there. The staff at the facility is great as well. I feel very welcomed. It's a very home and cozy environment. I'm almost done with treatment and services, but I do plan on continuing on because the results that I've seen have been great. Come on down, talk to Dr. Nancy, her staff, and go ahead and start treatment.
Hi, I'm Gary Charlson. I represent ProFit Laser Technologies. We have brought to the forefront the third generation of body contouring, fat loss, inch loss technology that has not existed before. What we've done is taken the opportunity to review some of the markets and some of the other products in this market space and created a new generation of non-invasive, no downtime, no side effects, and no kidding, you can lose up to 2 inches of body fat in one 20-minute treatment. So we started our company about 5 years ago here in Arizona. My background is in the tech world. I started a technology company back in 1984 and ran that company for 15 years and involved with software development, grid platform development over that 15-year period. So I'm not new to technology. When I discovered the body contouring industry 5 years ago, I said, this is a big deal. So if you have a spa, a salon, a gym, we would certainly like to talk to you about the possibility of having us put one of these systems into your facility and making a difference with your customers and your clients, bringing added value to what you already have. So I'm very excited to be having the opportunity to be aligned with Dr. Nancy Knows and the opportunity to be on her program this next week. Look forward to talking with you more and sharing more about our product and our service with you.
You're listening to Dr. Nancy Knows Radio Talk Show. Ask your questions now. Dr. Nancy is listening.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for listening. Who we have up next is, you want to know all about him. You want to know how he was able to retire at 39 and then reinvent himself into another area that has been most beneficial. It's innovative, it's creative, it's one-of-a-kind technology. Gary Charlson is here today, CEO and founder of ProFit Laser Lipo. And I'd like to introduce him to Dr. Nancy Knows audience. Gary?
Well, thank you, Dr. Nancy. It is amazing to be here. I have been looking forward to this all week. And thank you for the opportunity to share with your audience our technology and the benefits that they can get from this technology and kind of where this whole system came from.
Awesome. Very good. We'd like to get to know you, and that's what we do here on Dr. Nancy Knows. We bring expert guests on the show that are doing some amazing things in our community, and we all have a story, and we'd like to get to know you, Gary. Can you tell us, who is Gary Charlson?
Oh, wow. Okay. I've been in Arizona 14 years. I come from Tacoma, Washington. Raised my family in Issaquah, Washington. And I'll share this with you. I was a surfer dude for 3 years. I went 1 year college and I said, this isn't a space for me. And some friends of mine moved to Maui, Hawaii, and the year before. And I called them up and said, I'd like to come over for a visit for a few weeks. And they said, well, if you get a ticket, we'll pick you up and put you up. I said, okay. So a few weeks later, I put the money together and ended up in Maui, Hawaii, and a 6-week vacation turned into 3 years.
6
And
weeks.
I literally, was like a surfer dude in Hawaii on Maui for 3 years, worked in a little tourist shop on Front Street in Lahaina, and worked in one of the little hotels up on Hotel Row. And so that's what I did. Then I moved back to Seattle. And that's really where it all started, was my decision to move back to Seattle area. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do.
Oh, sorry to interrupt. Look at just Hawaii is like, it's a dream for a lot of people. And you said you were there for
3 years.
6 weeks, right? And then 3 years. How old were you, Gary?
Early 20s.
Early 20s. But
20,
imagine.
21, 22.
But to be able to be there for so many years. Okay, so
Yeah.
so you're originally from Seattle?
Tacoma, Washington,
Tacoma, Washington.
originally.
Okay.
And then moved up to Issaquah, Bellevue.
Okay.
Yeah. And when I moved back from Hawaii, that's when it really all started. I, wasn't sure what I was going to do. And a friend of mine called me up one day and said, what do you want to do? And I said, I really am not sure. And he said, well, why don't you come interview for our company? And he was working for a small tech company. Everything was small in tech back in 82, right? I mean, computers were not in the house. Computers virtually were not in businesses back then. And but I knew Jim was doing really well. And I said, okay, I'll come and interview. And they hired me. And I started working out of this little house in Ballard, Washington, for a small tech company. And within 30 days, not knowing anything, I broke all their sales records. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I think this is amazing. And 6 months later, I launched out and started my own small tech company out of the back bedroom of my rental house in Bellevue, Washington. And very humble beginnings. I think, as you know, the stories of a lot of tech people back in the late 70s and early 80s started out of their garage, out of their bedroom, and it was just right place, right time, and it was an amazing opportunity, and I said, I'm going to go after this and make it happen. So I was involved in what they call grid development platforms. Back in that day, custom software was all that was available. Everything was custom. And I was part of the mini and micro computer rollout nationwide. So to make a long story short, grid development is taking business applications and putting them on a grid platform that was necessary to provide to the software writers. And the software writers would write the software around that grid. So without the grid, they couldn't write the software. And so my company did the grid platforms, virtually a pre-software design for the software end product. And we worked with companies like United, Delta, TWA, Cendant Corporation, Marriott Hotels. And so we didn't start out that way, but that's where we ended up. It was an amazing journey.
You make a very good point, Gary, and do not despite humble beginnings. And if you have the heart to succeed and you believe in your dream, don't give up. And Gary did just that. He started very humbly, but he had drive and he had a vision. And he wanted to pursue his dream. And when you do that, individuals that are critical to your success will be there to meet you every step of the way. Now, he's not saying that it's not without challenges, hardships, or difficulties at all, but he developed that iTech company into a multi-million-dollar business. Right, Gary? Tell us how many employees you had, and it wasn't easy, but you did it.
Yeah, it wasn't, but I made some good decisions. I had good mentorship. I didn't really think from the very beginning I could do all this on my own, and I circled myself with the right people that really took me under their wing, so to speak, and really helped me along the process. But yeah, when I ran that company, I started it in 1983. And ran the company for 15 years. And in 1998, sold my interest in the company. And at that time, we had nearly 600 employees.
Wow.
In 1989 was our big exposure year. We were ranked in the tech industry as the number 2 platform development company in the world doing what we did. And we were highlighted in a international tech magazines and all of that kind of thing. And I don't say that to boast, but it was, we did a lot of amazing things. And in the tech world back then, we were inventors, creators, and developers. Most of what we were involved with doing was all brand new. And the general public had to really be accepting of all of this new technology that was developing. They didn't know anything about it. They just knew, gosh, I want a computer, right? What do I need to do to get a computer? And back in the 80s, it was very expensive to get into computers because all the software was custom, and it was about $25,000 for a basic automation system for a business back in the early mid 80s. So with custom software development. So yeah, we had about 600 employees when I left the company, and it was a great run. And never look back.
Remember those old companies?
Oh my gosh! Yeah, well, there you go. That floppy disk. Remember that?
Yes.
The little floppy disk, right? Put it in the hard drive there.
Yes.
And away you go, and you hope it's all going to work. And then you have a little printer, off to the side, that dot matrix printer, right, with little tear-off side pin feeds on the side of the forms.
Make a lot of noise.
NCR, right? White, yellow, pink, goldenrod, or maybe even NCR paper in between.
Yes.
That's what we were involved with, developing and bringing into the marketplace in massive, massive quantities. And so that's where it all started right there, was with computers like that. Yeah, no question.
Well, you didn't give up. After you retired, you did a few more things, and you entered into another space, and it was Profit Laser Lipo. There was a few other things along your journey, but ultimately the last 5 years you've put a lot of time and energy and creativity into the Profit Laser Lipo, not just as a device that individuals can lose body fat, body contouring, shape loss, inch loss, but also the platform as a business model. So we will certainly be talking about that. I do want to give all of our viewers some information on Profit Laser Lipo as we continue to talk to Gary, but we do have Facebook Live viewers as well as individuals that can call in. We have this phenomenal spectacular price, spooktacular price for Halloween for the laser lipo treatment. Individuals that are listening today, right now, the first 5 callers to call 480-669-6452 can take advantage of $99 special for one session of Profit Laser Lipo. And that it goes for our Facebook viewers as well. The first 5 people that chime in and say special, $99 special Profit Laser, we will give you that special.
And that's in Arizona, right, Doctor?
That is right here in Scottsdale, Arizona, guys.
One of the things that it seems to me very interesting before talking about the Profit Laser, it's like I saw how excited you were right now when post-production, thank you very much, Javier and Veronica and Juliana Costa, when they were putting the computers, you were like ecstatic and reminding you, right now I know it's election time and my American dream. So could you say that you have lived the American dream, Gary?
For the most part, yeah, I would say so. I and I've shared this with others. I really wouldn't change anything that's occurred in my life, good, bad, or in between. Everything happens for a reason. And as long as you put yourself out there and you're willing to take a bit of a calculated risk, right? And what I saw with technology was the opportunity of the timing. I didn't know a lot about it. I didn't really need to know a lot about it. I just needed to get around the right people who knew what I needed to learn and who could help me. And that's like franchising today, right?
Yes.
That's why people gravitate to franchises, because they need the help and the direction, the branding, to be able to get a product out to service. And so what we do is, and what I saw was the opportunity to get involved in an industry that is exploding. Literally, the body contouring industry is exploding across the country. The spa industry indicated a year ago that they expect by 2022 a 23% per annum increase in body contouring treatments across the board in spas, salons, med spas, medical facilities, etc. The plastic surgery industry alone has flipped. It used to be 80% knife and scalpel and cut and all that, and 20%, technology based. Now it's flipped: 80% laser and technologies, and 20% scalpel. So things have paradigmed in the last few years, and the general public, I don't think, is really up to speed on the transitions that are taking place and the benefits that they can have, and the fact that it's more affordable now to get body contouring, fat loss, inch loss, than any time previously. Liposuction is what, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 to get liposuction, to lose a couple of inches and then have all the downtime and the side effects and so on. Our system is no downtime, no side effects. So when I saw this at a demonstration in Tempe, Arizona 5 years ago, I about fell off my chair. I said, this is a big, big deal. And with my background in technology, I thought, okay, I'm going to find out if there's a way to be involved in this industry, because this is a huge thing. And if I can bring something of value, it's like deja vu of 1983 again. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing new technology evolving, and something I can get involved with and be a part of and bring value to the population and to small businesses as well, and make them more efficient and more profitable.
So Gary, how does your ProFit laser lipo work, and how is it different than any of the other products on the market?
Yeah, well, we had the opportunity to be able to evaluate the other products in the market. And we didn't just bring a product to the market and say, okay, here we are. We evaluated the top players in the market. And what I discovered was that really the top 4 players in the marketplace all had the 600 series red nanometer laser. Just 1 nanometer laser. And I said, okay, but it works. It's effective. It's FDA cleared. And I thought, okay, if we're going to do this, I want that. I want what the top players have, but I don't want to replicate it. I want to make it better. How can we improve it? So you asked me what makes us different. Mm-hmm. Our system is a computer. It's a hard drive built into the box, if you will, the brains, along with circuit boards, etc. And so the mechanisms talk to each other. And when we brought in the 600 series nanometer laser, which is what everybody else had, what's interesting is this. What we found interesting is every body is different. Yes. Every body is different. But yet all of these systems are the same for every body. We said, okay, what can we change? And so by automating and computerizing the system, we can adjust the energy levels of the laser and the pulse, the delay, et cetera, of the lasers, the mechanisms of it as it penetrates the body, so that it gives a more effective result to the patient. And so then we said, now we added infrared to the system. That was revolutionary. Now we have the red light, now we have infrared. And infrared is really amazing because, see, where the red light therapy gets the surface fat, the subcutaneous fat, the jelly fat, right? So women who have, for example, a muffin top. I've talked to a lot of OBGYNs. They say, what do women want after they have their children? They want to try to get their body back, right? And most of the OBGYNs tell me it's the muffin top and the inner thighs that are the 2 trouble areas, and that this fat area that they just aren't able to work off or diet off. And so our system will take it off. There's a good picture of it right there. And no kidding, that's probably 160 minutes. Only 160 minutes on the laser. 160 minutes total.
That equates to about 8 sessions.
This isn't
right?
like you have to go to a gym for like 4 months to maybe, right? This is 160 minutes, 20-minute sessions, 8 sessions for 20 minutes, 160 minutes. Amazing results are occurring. You mentioned Nick Lowry, the NFL Hall of Famer with Kansas City Chiefs. 2 20-minute sessions lost a pant size. Oh, come on.
Wow.
Most people are carrying this fat around. They've been carrying it around for years. Not weeks or months, years. Wonder how much and how are you going to get it off? Our system will take it off. Our system will take it off. And effectively, safely, and most people lay down for 20 minutes, take a nap, or they're on their cell phone, and it's amazing results.
So I see you have a paddle there. What's that paddle?
Oh yeah. This what's amazing about the technology is this paddle has 28 diodes on it. The average system in the market that we evaluated before bringing ours to market has 6 diodes on average.
Okay.
Right down the center, they have like 6. Now, what's more effective, you think, 6 diodes or 28 diodes?
28, I think it's 4 times more
probably
effective.
28.
But it's colors.
Now, the beauty of this is, too, the size of the paddle. What you're going to discover from a technology standpoint is some of the other systems in the market have what they call a lymphatic probe. A lymphatic probe. It's a small single diode device that has to be placed in a strategic part of the body to engage the lymphatics. If that diode isn't placed just perfectly, and it's usually placed in the private area of the body, which is, a lot of people won't do some and I'm not talking about our system. We eliminated the need for that lymphatic probe. Our technology is engineered to where we advanced the technology and eliminated the need for the lymphatic probe. So the lymphatic system is actually engaged by these lasers and helps to flush out the system. Now we've also included a third laser, which is the 3rd generation. In 5 years, 3 generations. No other system in the market has changed anything from day one that they came to the marketplace. In 5 years, we've now into the 3rd generation. So we are truly involved in R&D and bringing the most advanced technologies and engineering to the marketplace. The beauty of this as well is for a spa, salon, or gym, or trainers, or massage, whoever it might be that gets involved in our program, it's mobile as well. Our system is engineered to be mobile. So this is one paddle. Now, this paddle can attach. You can have a number of paddles attached to this. You can have as many as 8 paddles attached, which will go around, for example, the middle of the body, right here, right? And can stretch across. Or it can go under the arm. Or it can go on the back fat, or the inner thighs. And so in a consultation, which is free, by the way, at our facilities, you can go to Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine in Scottsdale, Arizona, up in McDowell, and right off Raintree, and off the 101, and see the system. Go in and check it out. Go in and take a look and get a free consultation.
So up to 24 body positions this laser can go in, is correct?
Yep.
The consultation is free as well. And you do have to incorporate, for maximum impact and results, lifestyle modifications, exercise, water, sleep. This machine is an adjunctive therapy. It's very effective, but you have to do your part as well.
Exactly right. We're a take-it-off system. The body contouring systems are a take-it-off system, and we can help guide you to keep it off, right? From, as you mentioned, good nutrition, good diet. Listen, the fat that you have on the body now, if you don't want to go to a gym and try to work it off, the reality is this system will take fat off the body that you can't get off in a gym, you can't get off in a diet. The visceral fat is a major, major deal. you need to really understand the power that the visceral fat has in the body from a negative perspective, creating potential heart disease, high blood pressure, diabetes. The list goes on and on.
So we're going to hold that thought and come back and talk about visceral fat with Gary Charlson. We'll be right back.
You don't want to miss what's coming up next because Dr. Nancy knows. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Nancy. Welcome to our clinics. We believe that personalized care and relationship building are the basis of improving health outcomes. At Dr. Nancy's Integrative Medicine, you gain healthcare providers who take the time to understand your health goals and find solutions. We offer optional medical memberships giving you peace of mind and quality care. We provide both medical and aesthetic services in 2 Arizona locations. We practice the highest standards of patient care. We respect patients' rights. We safeguard patient confidences. We treat patients with compassion. You are invited to call the office to schedule an appointment or online at a time that is convenient for you. Call to schedule 480-669-6452 or visit our website at drnanciesintegrativemedicine.com.
Hi, I'm Gary Charlson. I represent ProFit Laser Technologies. We have brought to the forefront the 3rd generation of body contouring, fat loss, inch loss technology that has not existed before. What we've done is taken the opportunity to review some of the markets and some of the other products in this market space and created a new generation of non-invasive, no downtime, no side effects, and no kidding, you can lose up to 2 inches of body fat in one 20-minute treatment. So we started our company about 5 years ago here in Arizona. My background is in the tech world. I started a technology company back in 1984 and ran that company for 15 years and involved with software development, grid platform development over that 15-year period. So I'm not new to technology. When I discovered the body contouring industry 5 years ago, I said, this is a big deal. So if you have a spa, a salon, a gym, we would certainly like to talk to you about the possibility of having us put one of these systems into your facility and making a difference with your customers and your clients, bringing added value to what you already have. So I'm very excited to be having the opportunity to be aligned with Dr. Nancy Knows and the opportunity to be on her program this next week. Look forward to talking with you more and sharing more about our product and our service with you.
Te damos la bienvenida a las clínicas de la doctora Nancy. Creemos que la atención personalizada y la creación de relaciones son la base para mejorar los resultados de salud. En la medicina integrativa de la doctora Nancy, obtienes un socio de atención médica que se toma su tiempo para entender tus necesidades de salud y encontrar soluciones. Ofrecemos membresías médicas opcionales que te brindan tranquilidad y atención de calidad. Tenemos servicios médicos y estéticos en 2 ubicaciones en Arizona. Practicamos los más altos estándares de atención al paciente. Respetamos tus derechos como paciente, protegemos la confidencialidad y tratamos a los pacientes con compasión. Llama ahora a la oficina para programar tu cita al 480-669-6452 o en línea visita nuestra página de internet.
drnanciesintegrativemedicine.com.
You're listening to Dr. Nancy Knows Radio Talk Show. Ask your questions now. Dr. Nancy is listening.
Welcome back to Dr. Nancy Knows Radio Talk Show. We have a special guest, Gary Charlson, CEO and founder of ProFit Laser Lipo. We left off on how important it is to maintain good health and wellness and the differences between good and bad fat and visceral fat. Visceral fat is the type of fat that is not easily removed, and you can have it for a lifetime, and it can add up and decrease years on your life, such as heart disease, kidney disease. It's very important. Profit Laser Lipo penetrates to the visceral fat. So it improves health and wellness, extends your life, and you probably could get even a better insurance policy. Yes, but did you also know that there is a business opportunity to have Profit Laser Lipo in your facility? Well, there is. And Gary's going to let us know briefly how can a business have Profit Laser Lipo?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do not sell machines. When we entered into this, I said, how can we really be different? We're so sure that you'll be excited about this opportunity to have the laser in your facility that we will place a machine in a facility where you don't have to purchase a machine. There's no long-term leases. There's no commitment long-term. We put in the machine. If 90 days later you decide you don't want to be involved in this space any longer, we'll just take the machine back. And we just ask for a small fee, and you just simply purchase time on the machine. Remember I mentioned the machine is a computer. So we program the amount of time on the machine that you want, and we usually will do that for an estimated 90-day period of time. And then you use the machine and make all the money. And it's so simple. And there's no monthly payment that you have to make every month to us. There's no consumable products with the laser, lotions and potions that you have to put on the body and then put the laser on it. It's very simple. The laser process is you lay the paddle on the body, and we teach and train and certify for that. You don't need a special schooling certification to be able to utilize and apply our technology to your patients or your clients. And so we are a Class 1 non-medical laser device. This is a big deal. And so when we came into the marketplace and created the business model, there are facilities that will place this machine. Get this. What's interesting is a lot of people who own spas, salons, gyms, etc., know other people who own spas, salons, gyms, etc. And if they refer their friends to us or their other facilities to us, and we place a machine in that other facility, then that owner that referred us will receive a percentage of the revenues generated on that machine ongoing without ever having to be involved in that machine or in that facility. So it's a referral process, and it's a business platform that we have discovered helps us expand our technology even more rapidly, and we benefit economically the individuals who refer us to other people and other facilities.
Well, Gary, that sounds like a wonderful thing, actually. In summary, it sounds as though, let me recap, if a facility has room for additional streams of income, the machine can be placed in your facility at little to no cost to the owner, and the facility is vetted, but additional streams of income. So look at it this way, everyone. You are actually improving health and wellness of the individuals that you treat with this laser. Definitely. Remember to call in for the Spooktacular special as well, and you Facebookers as well, Spooktacular special. Now, we are going to have our empowerment moment with my co-host, Gloria Guerrera. Gloria?
Okay, thank you. So we're going to do this really quick in Spanish because I'm so excited. Estoy muy emocionada de lo que nos está ofreciendo Gary. La doctora Nancy nos está comentando, que si llamas al teléfono de su clínica, va a darte un especial para que pruebes esos Profit y precisamente tengas esos paddles o ese tipo de aparato y lo puedas poner, no sé, abajo de tu barba, abajo de tus manos, en medio de las piernas, ese gordito que no nos gusta, que lo tenemos que quitar, y por más que hacemos ejercicio decimos ese gordito no se quita, le ponemos lociones, dietas, menjurjes, tratamientos naturales y nada más, no se mueve. Entonces es importante, todas las compañías aquí también en la comunidad hispana o hispanoparlante que tengan spas, que tengan gimnasios, que tengan inclusive una clínica médica naturista como la de la doctora, pueden poner esta máquina para ofrecer ese servicio. Entonces, al ofrecer ese servicio, no se trata de comprar la máquina vale como $250,000, no hay que comprar eso, simplemente se compran como tratamientos o se compra el tiempo, 90 días, 120 días, ahora sí que el tratamiento que vaya uno a tener, y pues eso es muy bueno porque estamos más saludables. Nos vemos mejor. Hemos visto unas fotos de antes y después sin hacer ejercicio. Más o menos tenemos los 8 tratamientos. Y hay gente que algo que me gusta mucho es que dijo customization. Entonces, en base a tus necesidades, es que te van a poner el tratamiento que tú quieras. Y lo vas haciendo poquito a poquito. Miren, ¿quién no quiere tener esos resultados de antes y después sin hacer ejercicio? Ojo, también se está comentando que esto no reemplaza el no hacer ejercicio. Es una combinación de hago ejercicio, me tomo mis medicinas o mis suplementos y utilizo la máquina. Entonces, y duermo y me alimento bien, porque no se trata de comer tortas, tamales, tacos y después ponerse la máquina, ¿verdad? Entonces, eso nos ayuda, y pues ahora con motivo de Día de los Muertos, de Día de Halloween, tiene ese especial, si marcan al 480-669-6452, repito, para los que nos están escuchando nada más por radio, 480-669-6452, y si ustedes de los primeros 5 que precisamente llamen a la doctora, van a tener la oportunidad de tener un tratamiento a un súper especial costo. Esa es una. La otra, también oportunidad de negocio. ¿Quieres una oportunidad de negocio ahorita con todo lo del COVID? No tienes que hacer nada más que referir personas si quieres que tengan un spa o que tengan un consultorio, porque esta tecnología está aquí para quedarse, y cada spa, estaba comentando Gary, ha crecido el 80%. Ya la gente no quiere cortarse, cirugías plásticas, y además es riesgos innecesarios. Luego quedamos mal, o tenemos artistas que inclusive han sufrido, ¿no? Ya no hay por qué tener liposucciones, ni por qué tener, ahora sí que nos abran aquí el estómago para sacar ese gordito. Podemos intentarlo primero de esta manera. Y Gary Charlson, él es el creador, él es el fundador. Entonces estamos teniendo un experto que precisamente dijo cuál es la mejor manera de traer la mejor máquina a este mundo. Entonces, eso es muy importante. Y bueno, vamos a regresar para poder despedirnos con la doctora. Algo muy importante, que tengan feliz Día de Muertos, que tengan felices Halloween, y no se les olvide llamar a la doctora, porque aunque no sean de los primeros 5, trátenlo, vean la diferencia. A lo mejor esa papada que no nos gusta, que no, si por más que ejercicio que haga, no, pues ahí está. Nos estaba diciendo la doctora que con el paso del tiempo todo se cuelga. Entonces, podemos utilizar la máquina para que también agarre y esos 3 diferentes tipos de láser nos ajusten esa piel. Pero I'm excited. Awesome. I'm excited and super excited to have the founder and CEO. I think it's a big deal because he's the one that principally said, how can we do this better? So who is our next guest next week? Well, and then you can say goodbye to Gary. But first, it's like, who's going to be our next guest?
Yes, it's Betsy Lavoie. She is the CEO of Fountain Hills Chamber of Commerce. So be sure to tune in next Saturday at 9 a.m. For her to shed some information on how to engage with centers of influence within our communities. And Gary, it was such a pleasure to have you on the show. The information was so informational, beneficial to all parties. Remember, you can take part in sessions for yourself, and also look at this as a business opportunity for your business owners. We really appreciate you tuning in today. Happy Halloween. Thank you. Bye for now.
Optimal health requires you to perform at your peak potential. Start today. Be the change you wish to see in the world. This was Dr. Nancy Knows. Thank you for connecting. We're waiting for you on our next broadcast here at EMR, eMotion Radio.